High heels have fascinated people for centuries, symbolizing elegance, confidence, and power. But the deeper reasons behind this attraction begin long before fashion, long before history, and even long before civilization. Human attraction is shaped by millions of years of evolution. Our brains analyze posture, movement, and body shape in just milliseconds, interpreting them as signals of health, strength, and balance. Scientists discovered that one of the strongest visual signals is spinal curvature. The ideal lower back curvature, around 44 degrees, helps the body distribute weight efficiently. High heels naturally shift the body toward this exact angle without us realizing it. When the spine aligns this way, the brain interprets the body as more stable, more coordinated, and more physically capable. These cues activate ancient parts of the human perceptual system, long before logic or culture gets involved. But high heels influence much more than posture. They change the biomechanics of the entire body. The calves engage, the glutes lift, the quadriceps tighten, and the spine activates its stabilizing muscles. This full body engagement produces a stance that signals vitality and strength. Even small adjustments in balance create micro-movements that the brain instantly detects. High heels also reshape the rhythm of walking. Steps become shorter and more deliberate. The hips rotate with a smoother, more rhythmic motion. Movement scientists call this a display gait, a type of walk that naturally attracts visual attention. Humans are extremely sensitive to gait patterns, because movement reveals more information than stillness ever can. Inside the brain, a region called the superior temporal sulcus analyzes biological motion. This area becomes more active when someone walks in heels. It responds to enhanced hip sway, subtle balance corrections, and vertical motion in each step. These signals trigger neural circuits linked to awareness, attention, and emotional response. Even if we don't consciously think about it, the brain is always processing these patterns. Heels also exaggerate several features of sexual dimorphism. They make the calves more defined, the ankles slimmer, and the waist-to-hip contrast more visually pronounced. These features match internal evolutionary templates the brain uses to identify adult female form. Importantly, culture adds another layer to this biological foundation. Movies, photographs, and fashion repeatedly portray high heels as symbols of elegance and confidence. These cultural associations intensify the response our brains naturally have. Psychology also plays a key role through something called embodied cognition. When someone wears heels, they often feel more confident, more elevated, and more intentional in their movements. This emotional shift becomes visible through body language and energy. Observers don't just see the shoes. They see a change in presence, posture, and attitude. Confidence itself becomes a form of attraction. So why are high heels attractive? Because they combine biomechanics, evolution, psychology, and culture into one powerful visual signal. Heels optimize posture, amplify natural body proportions, and enhance movement patterns. They trigger parts of the brain designed to interpret subtle signals of health, balance, and intention. And when culture adds symbolism on top of these biological foundations, the effect becomes even stronger. High heels are not just fashion items. They are biomechanical tools, psychological amplifiers, and evolutionary triggers. Every step taken in heels activates ancient mechanisms in the human mind. And that is why, even as styles change, the allure of the high heel remains timeless.